What's up, YouTube? It is your boy, JB, and I am here with the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12. This is the reunion, Part 3, the final part. So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into this episode review. Alright, you guys, so before I even start talking about this video, I do want to send a congratulations out to Candy, who won season 3 of The Masked Singer. She was the Night Angel, which everybody named Mama knew that. Congratulations to her. She also has a new single out. I think it's called "Used to Love Me." It's with Todd. It has Todrick Hall on there. So yeah, you guys go check that out. Um, and then also I do want to talk about the fact that excuse me. So since this is the final part of the reunion, you know, there's some rumors rumbling right about now that, and we don't even know when season 13 is going to start filming. So I don't know how we're getting, you know, these rumblings so far already, but there's a rumor going around that Phaedra might be returning to the show, which I know we've been saying this for the last 2 years now. They're saying that she might return to the show in the role of a friend of the Housewives, kind of like what happened with Sheree season 8. When Kim Fields was on there, she came in as a friend of the Housewives. Then she came back season 9 and 10 with her Peach. So that's what they're saying could happen with Phaedra. Do I want that? Not necessarily. I'm actually good without Phaedra being on the show. But yeah. So let's go ahead and just talk about this reunion. So the reunion, it picks up where we left off last week. You guys remember, they were showing that package about Cynthia and Kenya, and Nene closed her laptop. So Nene is gone. Eva began to work my nerves because, you know, she's talking about, oh, Andy, you know, when it gets hot in the kitchen, you gotta get out of the kitchen. Whatever Eva was saying, I'm just like, why does Eva feel the need to make any kind of statement? Like, why is she chiming in? I just didn't understand that. And that was the running theme of this episode for me, was to tweet for Eva to shut the fuck up. I think I tweeted it 3 different times. So, back to this Kenya and Cynthia situation with their friendship. I don't know if I was on Roxanne's YouTube last week, or if I was on Kenya's. Roxanne, or if it was Ashley's. Thinking it was Roxanne's YouTube that I was on, when I made a comment about Kenya and Cynthia's relationship. Somebody was like, oh, you must don't know what it's like to, you know, rib your friends. Contrary to what you believe, yes, I rib my friends all the fucking time. I have no problems with ribbing my friends, you know, ribbing, ranking, talking shit, shading, or whatever you call it. I have no problems doing that. But when it comes down to Cynthia and Kenya, you know, oh, well, they doing that for a show. They get over it. You're not going to come into my home and disrespect me. Like when Kenya went to Lake Bailey for the Bailey Q, and she told Cynthia to be quiet in her own home. No, you don't come, and that's what I have to put out there. None of my friends are going to ever come into a place that I pay rent, mortgage, light bill, water bill, gas bill, any cable bill, phone bill, any bill in. Ain't nobody going to come into my house and disrespect me and tell me to be quiet in my own home. No. If you feel like I need to shut the fuck up, you need to see yourself out the motherfucking door. That's what you need to do. So no, none of my friends are going to ever come into my house and think that they can tell me what to do in my home. You feel me? And so yeah, you know, I get that people love Kenya, and I don't hate Kenya. By no means do I hate Kenya. I think Kenya is definitely good for Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I think some of her fans have to be able to call Kenya out, call Kenya to the carpet when Kenya is wrong, and I think that is a big issue. Now, we talk about Cynthia's relationship with Kenya, and we talk about the engagement. Now, Cynthia said when initially this all happened, when Kenya said what she said, she didn't think that Kenya had any malice in her, and I still don't think Kenya had any malice. I'm gonna say that, but I don't know what Kenya was thinking about when she said it, because Candy told her to get there because Mike was going to propose to Cynthia. So why you felt the need to tell your friend when you got there that you think he's going to propose, that definitely could have spoiled the moment. Again, I don't believe Kenya had any malice in her. I don't think she did. But was she thinking? Absolutely not. So then we talk about the cookie lady. So Kenya felt like Cynthia should have told her that she had that conversation with Tanya in Toronto, and then we talk about the fact that Cynthia invited the cookie lady to Brooklyn's little party that Kenya had. Now I'm gonna have to call Cynthia out on this shit because that didn't sound right. Now I know Cynthia said she didn't have an issue with Tanya. She said the fact that the cookie lady was talking about that situation with Paul, and she just wanted the cookie lady to come to clear the air, and she would have called Tanya and told Tanya that the cookie lady was coming. That's still messy, Cynthia. Like I don't get how I don't care how you try to call it. That's still messy. It's very messy. So touche. But yeah, that was really messy. Um, and I think even Candy called her on that as well. Um, and then we talk about the whole situation in Greece about the wine situation. So Kenya does say that when it came down to the whole wine situation, she did realize that she went too far, and she should have wrecked the cues. And then Andy asked the question. So when it comes to Kenya and Nene, do you hold Kenya to a higher standard than you do Nene? And Cynthia says no. She says the difference between Kenya and Nene is that Kenya, when she's wrong, she will apologize to you, unlike Nene. And then the viewers, made a comparison and a similarity, which I 100% agreed with. Kenya and Nene are the same exact person. I don't care how you spin it; they're the same person, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why those two cannot seem to get along with each other is because their personalities are similar. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So here's another situation with Eva annoying me. This is the second time that I tweeted for her to shut the fuck up. So we're still talking about Nene and her not being there, and Eva says, "Oh, Andy, I think I might know why Nene's not here. Friend to the show, Giovanna, was on Instagram just a few minutes ago, and she was saying that she's ready to clear the air. So that's probably why Nene left." And I'm like, Eva, shut the fuck up. So then we discussed the issues between Kenya and Nene. No one really knows what the issue is between Kenya and Nene, and I still, for the life of me, don't know where this beef started with these two. I remember, and I vaguely remember this, but this was season. Was this? I think the season that they. Sorry, I think if I'm not mistaken. No, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm thinking, you guys, which event came first? Did the charity event come first, where Nene was upset that Kenya threw that event, and she said it's funny how many friends I got that I don't know that I got when, because that was the season where they were talking about putting up the money for the Detroit public schools. So did that come first, or was it the whole Kenya befriending Marlo situation? Which came first, you guys? Because I really don't remember. Like, I know one of those two events. I know one of those two things is where we really got this issue between Kenya and Nene. If I'm not, oops, excuse me, y'all. Because I remember that charity event. It was a masquerade ball. It was a masquerade ball that they had that Kenya threw, and she was gonna donate some money to Nene's favorite charity. But Nene was upset that she, you know, had that biggie. I don't remember. Don't give me the line, but I do remember that masquerade ball But then I also do remember the Bailey Bowl when they were all on different teams, and Marlo was on Team Twirl, and Nene was not happy about that when Marlo read her for about that Donald Trump wig she had on. Y'all gotta, yeah. Let's talk about that in the comment section below. But Kenya says that she's advocated for Nene being on the show when she wasn't on the show, but she doesn't feel that Nene has done the same. And Andy says, well, that's not true because Nene has definitely advocated, saying that you are definitely a good fit for this show. I don't know that I've ever saw that, but if Andy wants to say that, hey, let him have it. So Kenya also feels that Nene is jealous of her. Do I believe that Nene is jealous of Kenya? No, I don't. I really don't. I don't. I don't see. I mean, I can see it, but I don't believe that Nene is jealous of Kenya. Yes, Kenya was Ms. What was she? Miss USA, Miss America. Which one was it, you guys? Now, that I don't know because I'm not one to keep up with the pageants, so I don't know which one she was. I know she was that, whatever she was, Miss America, Miss USA, Miss Universe, whichever the hell the one it was she was. I'm not shading Kenya by no means. I just don't I'm not a pageant guy, and I don't care about pageants. So I don't know what her title is. I could Google it. Actually, let's be nice and be politically correct and Google what Kenya's title is. Bitch, fuck you. Move. Are you raggedy motherfucker? You's a piece of shit. I really hate this phone. They won't even pull up Safari no more. Alright, you guys, so I can't tell you what the title is. So Andy also asked Kenya about when did she reach out to Nene when Greg was sick? Kenya says yes, Marlo says no. She says yes, I have the text messages to prove it, and I have the missed phone calls to prove it as well. But she says that Nene never reached back out to her when she was going through her high-risk pregnancy. And then Andy asked her about the text messages that Nene sent to her. She said she didn't get them because Nene was blocked. And then Andy also asked her, so when she tried to talk to her at the bowling alley and also in Greece, why did you ignore her? And she just felt like at that time Nene wasn't being genuine. And that's her prerogative. I'm not going to sit here and say that, she had to sit down and listen to what Nene had to say. That is Kenya's prerogative. If she chose not to sit down with her and listen to what she had to say, I'm cool with that. I don't have no issues with it. So then we do move over to the situation with Kenya and Nene at Candy's baby shower. Kenya doesn't want to say that she provoked Nene, but I'm like, you absolutely 100% did provoke Nene. And Team Squirrel, if you guys don't agree with me, that's your prerogative. I see things differently. And I've been in situations like that. I've actually done shit like that. I've provoked people. When I get into it with somebody and they sit in my area, I'll go around them just to fuck with them and see if they do something to me. And that's what Kenya was doing when she went to Shamia. Because Kenya could have easily went around the other direction. And, for her to say she doesn't provoke people, yes, you have provoked people. You provoked Portia with that scepter and that bullhorn. I know people say, she didn't, but yes, she did. And then if you don't want to own up to Portia, own up to Kim Fields. Own up to her pulling Kim Fields' chair out. And she said that she apologized to Kim Fields. But when did she apologize to Kim Fields? Because she didn't apologize at the reunion that season. So somebody explained to me, someone told me, when did she apologize to Kim Fields? And speaking of Kim Fields, shout out to Kim Fields. I'm going to talk about her in just in a little bit. She was in the episode of Insecure tonight, so shout out to Kim Fields for that one. Let's move on, you guys. Alright, you guys, and then let's close out with the scene that was long and overdrawn Yo-Yo joins the reunion. Thirsty ass Giovanna, that bitch from Clark, Atlanta, also known as Gail. She's there with them thick ass eyelashes on. Look like she couldn't even blink. But so yeah, like I said, Giovanna, she's at the reunion. Why is she back? I don't understand because I thought we cleared up Snake Gate. I'm so pissed off at Eva for this because Eva has been the main person that has been advocating for bringing Giovanna to the reunion. She mentioned it on Watch What Happens Live. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Shit. She mentioned it on Watch What Happens Live. Shit, excuse me. She mentioned it on Watch What Happens Live, and she mentioned it on Candy Speak on it. And I'm like, why is Eva, of all people, advocating for Giovanna, the one person she couldn't stand last season? And it soon made sense to me. So, Giovanna says that, prior to this reunion, she had been getting some threatening text messages and threatening phone calls, and some from blocked numbers that she assumed was Nene. And then she said she also got a cease and desist from Nene just before, the reunion was scheduled to air, film. And she says now, she said her lawyer sent something back. And who do you guys think her lawyer is? Oh, it's none other than Mike Sterling. If that name sounds familiar, oh, that's right, it's Eva's husband. I'm like, oh, it all comes full circle. That is why Eva is so adamant and so pressed about Giovanna coming to the reunion and speaking her piece, which she has no piece in my personal opinion. Like she has no opinion, no personal, story to tell. We're done with it. Oh, you guys also forgot to mention earlier that we got to see Andy's son Ben when Portia and Kenya were arguing. I didn't take down any notes for that, but I meant to throw that in there. I'm like, now I see why Eva's been going so hard for Giovanna. So Giovanna says that when she started this season, she thought that she was being a good friend to Nene, and she said since Nene was on the outs with the other girls, and she was starting to build some kind of a relationship with the girls. Nene wanted her to be around the girls and let her know if the girls were talking shit about her. So Tanya said, "So you basically were a snitch." Correct, Tanya. She was a snitch. So Andy asked her, "So did Nene ever ask you to record the women?" She says, "Yes, Nene did ask her to record." She says, "But going against who she is and her values and her beliefs, she couldn't do that. She couldn't record the women." And then she had the audacity to call Nene thirsty. I says the thirsty person that is on this show milking they 15 minutes of fame. God, I was hoping they wouldn't invite her to the reunion, but I had a feeling. In the season, I definitely had a feeling that Andy was going to invite her to the reunion. But I don't even know if Andy really, really wanted her at the reunion. I don't know if it was more so Andy or if it was just because Eva has been going so hard for it. But yeah, like I said, she said she didn't feel comfortable doing it, but she did tell Nene that she did record the girls, and Marlo called bullshit on it because she said, I was on the phone and you and Nene were together, and you definitely said that you recorded. And then it kind of went like a merry-go-round, it was just it went in a circle because I really 100% did not understand anything that Giovanna was talking about. Like, I mean, now I will say that I do believe Giovanna on parts of what she was saying. I do believe that Giovanna was, used as a pawn by Nene. But I also do believe that Giovanna is lying. I can't tell you where she's lying at. But this whole thing is just not making a lot of sense. And, she said that Nene wanted her to record herself with all the girls. And I'm like, all the girls? So she wanted you to record yourself talking to Kenya, Portia, Eva, Candy, Cynthia, Marlo, and Tanya. I find it hard to believe because at the beginning of the season, Nene was very much still cool with Candy, and she was cool with she's cool with Marlo. The only people that she was on the outs with at that time, at the beginning of the season, the only people that Nene was on the outs with was Kenya. She was on the outs with Kenya. She was on the outs with Cynthia, Portia, and Eva. Right? Yeah, that's it. Those are the people. Those are the main people that she was on the outs with, and Tanya. Tanya, I forget about Tanya, but she was on the outs with those five. She was talking to the only people that she was filming with in the first half of the season before she went on her apology tour. Which people say that they didn't believe that she was genuine with the apologies. I do. But the only people that she was filming with at the beginning of the season was um, Candy and Marlo. So I don't understand why she would want you to record those two. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And then she also says that she has a receipt that Portia's, for Portia, and she never proved this receipt. She said that, Nene gave her number to text. She texted her number. Okay. What does that prove, Giovanna? Like, Giovanna never proved her case. So I don't really 100% know what is true and what's not true. And in this scene, once again, Eva managed to work my nerves. This was the third time that I tweeted for her to shut the fuck up. But, and then Andy asked the girls, like, who believes Giovanna and who doesn't. So the girls who said that they believed Giovanna, it was Candy. No, scratch that. It wasn't Candy. It was Kenya, it was Eva, and it was Cynthia. Now, Portia and Candy both raised their hands, and they did like this because they're kind of iffy on the situation. Like, they don't know what to believe. Like, what Giovanna is saying could be true, but then at the same time, it's like, how do I know? It's just like, she's saying a lot. I hear what she's saying. Some of it makes sense, but other parts of it is kind of not making sense to me. So, I think me, Candy, and Portia are on the same page. Like, I hear what Giovanna's saying. I do believe parts of what Giovanna's saying, but then I also feel like Giovanna is putting 20 on 10. She's adding more to the story. Now, Cynthia said that she believed Giovanna because Nene is not there to defend her. So, I don't know if I would necessarily go that far, Cynthia, but I mean, if that's what you want to say, I'm going to let Cynthia have it, you guys. But that is the close of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12 season and reunion. So, you guys, be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Please share this video, and until the next one, you guys, please stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.